How about a non-surgical facelift? How about one with no downtime, no risks, very inexpensive, amazing before and after? Honestly, it's like a facelift.
I kind of like it.
And something that a lot of my patients are doing. Everyone wants this, right? A little snatched look, and you can have it instantly today.
Oh yeah, that really smoothed the neck.
I'm going to look at with you a video of something that a lot of my patients are indeed doing. It makes a comeback. Many of you question this, but let's dive in and watch this video. And there's going to be a before and after here too. Let's check it out.
Do you spend time in the mirror pulling back your face, see if it would look better or what you would look like with just a little facelift, a mini facelift? Well, today's video is going to be a little fun because we are going to see what that would be like. We're going to see if facelift tape can really take years off our faces.
Just about everybody does that. They come into my clinic, whether they want injections or not, or devices, and they just pull the face back just a little bit. It's just that easy, doc. Before we go on, if you want to see the original video after this video, you can go over to In the Garden with LM. She did a fantastic job. Let's keep moving on.
Now, I am not ready for a facelift yet. I know that, but I still see a little bit of droopiness in the face, and I am pushing on my skin all the time in the mirror, just wondering where you would nip tuck to kind of lift this drooping area right in here. My good friend and makeup artist and photographer, he had told me that sometimes for his photo shoots on more mature women, he will use facelift tape, and it really works amazingly. So I thought I would finally test it out and see how it works on someone like me. So I purchased the Art Harding's Instant Facelift and Neck Lift Tape.
I'll put a link in the more info section below this video if you want to see the exact tape she's using.
Now, having said that, after looking at it a little more and receiving my product, I probably would have picked a different tape, so I'll list a couple of them down below. They all run about the same. They all have only 3.5 stars. So we'll just get right into it, and I will just show you what comes in my kit and what the big difference is. You really don't get a whole lot when you purchase this. You get your instructions, very basic instructions. You get 2 plastic pieces with adhesive squares attached to them. And now this is what goes around your head. And I purchased the dark kit, and they have a light kit also. Now, this is what I don't like. I don't like how these attach, because this, to me, this seems real easy. And maybe because when it's stretched, it's pushed really tight around your head, but it doesn't seem as secure. Some of the other ones you're actually attaching into those little knots, and it's only elastic. You don't have these big pieces of plastic, and I wish I had tried one of those kits instead. But anyway, so this is the facelift part, and this little piece is the neck lift. So it's just an elastic band attached to 2 pieces of adhesive.
So very interesting. You don't want just a facelift, because then the neck will be incongruent. You want the face and the neck lift, of course. There's many forms of tape. This is the lifting type. Keep in mind, there's also the frowny type of tape, the forehead, the one around the eyes. Those are for dynamic movement. This is specifically to overall look younger and give you that little nip tuck that people think it's so easy. I just want this little pullback. Maybe it is. We'll watch.
And you also get 2 little baggies. I didn't count to see how many pieces are in here, but it looks like quite a few pieces of additional adhesive. Okay, it seems really simple to do, so let's go ahead and get started. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to separate my hair and clip it up. Okay, I guess I could pull back a little bit, but you don't really need to see my hair separated. Okay, so my hair is separated, pull back. And then I had spent a lot of time in the mirror trying to decide, like, do I want it low? Do I want the jowl area pulled up more? Do I want to do it here, or do I want it here?
Very interesting point, because when you get a facelift done, a lot of people just come in there, oh, I just want the neck done. Well, no, then you need the lower face. I need the neck and lower face. And when you do the neck and lower face, I need the upper eye. It's all one thing, and that's what you find out. Same with the face tape, really.
Because if I did it, like really where I want it is right here, which goes right over the ear, so that's not going to work. But because I would like this to be gone and the jowls to be lifted but then I don't want my eyes to be pulled taut. I think I'm going to do it right at the top of my cheekbones. Let's see if it works. Okay, so you need to make sure you don't have any makeup on, and I do have makeup on, but I'm just cleaning it with some micellar water first. And then I'm going to just take some alcohol and make sure all of the oils are removed. All right, then I think all you do is just peel this back and stick them on. So I might try and tip it slightly up because I'm looking for an upward lift as opposed to straight back. They don't really talk about that, I don't think, in the instructions. So I just pull it off.
The adhesion is key. If you're using face oils, it won't work. A lot of people don't like putting the alcohol and cleansing it, but that's what we do when we inject a face. But in general, you want it and you need it to stick because it might have to last you a few hours. It's probably the biggest difference between the face tape manufacturers, but also you don't want an allergy to it.
Got a lot of hair right here. Put it right here. Okay, let's do the same on the other side. God, maybe I should have shaved my face back here. I've got a lot of little baby hairs right here. That might be an issue. Okay, now here we go. Ooh, I feel it pulling on my eyes. Try to lower. Maybe I don't need to pull that much. Okay, it is pulling my eyes. You can't tell if it's doing anything. No, I need it to go this way. Well, that pulls, but it is really pulling on my eyes. But it did smooth down here. And since I'm half Asian, it kind of just gives me a little bit more glamorous look. Let me take this down and then I might...
It does look tighter, wouldn't you agree? I mean, it looked good when she had it there.
And then I might try it again. This is really pulling on my eyes. And maybe I will do the, put it right in front of my ears. Let's see. All right, what do you think? Well, I think it definitely did give me a facelift. Again, I really feel it on my eyes too. But if I wanted to look a little more exotic, this is the right place to put it. It didn't completely get rid of this part up here, but it did definitely lift this part down here. All right.
The key is you have to wear your hair down after that. And but I think it gave her a nice lift on the lower face. What do you think?
Try it one more time. Let's see how to remove these. Yeah, I've just got a lot of baby hairs here. Let's see what happens if I put it on a little bit lower. Baby hairs. So to remove these, or to put new adhesive, you just poke these little prongs through the holes and take them off. Okay, so I've got 2 new adhesive pads. Now there is a right side and a wrong side. So the side with the paper that you're going to peel back, that is the wrong side, and you want to make sure you're attaching the metal portion on the top, because if it's on the adhesive side, then you're going to be taping that metal piece to your face. So you want to make sure you have it going the right direction. I'm just pulling it through, and that I have the metal piece on the top, and this is the paper side that I'm going to peel off. And I just cut myself. So I'm like, why is there blood on here? So I cut myself on this little metal piece, putting it on. So you need to be really careful. Fortunately, I have some alcohol right here. Let's see if I can hold it and get it to stop bleeding long enough to complete this video. Let me just make sure that area is clean too. All right, so I'm gonna put it a little bit lower, kind of in front of my ear this time. Oh, let me put my hair up. Peel the paper. Get my little hairs up.
You notice that's the incision for a facelift. That's one of the main incisional points. And you hide the incision behind the ear and the tragus of the ear there. But that is probably where she's going to get the best gain. And you can see when you get good with this, what my patients do is they move it around, or they wear 2 or 3 for different parts of the face. That way you can have a different tension on the lower, the mid, and the upper face. Little hack.
I'm trying it right there. I don't know. I don't think you're going to be able to hide that. Okay, so I can see how you might have to play with these a few times to find the best position Ooh, look, I have hair. I can practice. Yeah, I think this is a good spot. I want to go right where that hair was. All right, let's see. Putting it a little bit lower, but I still want that plastic piece to go behind my ear, or the metal piece to go behind my ear. All right. All right, this one I put a little bit farther forward, and I definitely have more control stretching than this one, which is way up here.
It's like a PDO thread. When we're putting PDO threads in the face, a lot of times you can come lower, but then you see the entry point and the barb can come through the skin. The closer to the hairline, but then the hairline, of course, it's more dirty back there and the increased risk of infection. Of course, with this, there's no risk of infection, but it reminds me of a PDO thread lift in many ways.
I can pull it. It doesn't. This one is doing a lot more than this one. Okay. Ugh.
Symmetry and asymmetry, we deal with it in clinic all the time. Not everyone's symmetric or asymmetric, of course. Not everyone's symmetric, but you can see it. Asymmetry drives people crazy, and they notice it way more after an intervention than they did before. So you could be very asymmetric, come in and get something done. In this case, she's pulling differently one side versus the other, and that asymmetry will bother her way more after she pins this up probably than the obvious asymmetries that existed before. It's very psychologically interesting.
Oh, one more time. Let me do it again. Put it a little more forward and see what happens. Good thing they gave a lot of extra adhesive. All right, let's see what happens. Okay, I'm seeing this. Do you see this? Still pulls on the eyes just a little bit, but not as bad as it did before.
I don't mind the eye pull. I thought that looked pretty good.
Okay, I actually think it lifted up the jowls. Now, the bad thing is it's right here. So if your hair doesn't go right here, somebody might see that you have some tape on there. But if you were doing it for a photo shoot or something like that, I think it would look great. I definitely needed to put it under more hair in the back. Let me pull up.
This is very, very, very common in Hollywood.
Pull up some hair on top of it. There we go. Yeah, I don't really feel it in the back. It actually doesn't feel that bad.
Amazing before and after. Honestly, it's like a facelift.
I kind of like it. All right, let's try the other one. Let's try the neck. Oh yeah, I could use with some neck tightening right here. Okay, let's put my hair up. Same thing. Do some alcohol. I mean, I guess this wouldn't work if you had short hair. So I guess on the neck, you got to put one side and then pull the other to the other. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that really smoothed the neck. I mean, if you don't like where you have to put the tape up here, but it really is good on that neck. All right, this one's pulling this eye a little bit too much. But I like it. I do think I could easily take a decade off and pass for my early 40s. I think it actually really worked well. What do you think? Again, I still feel like it's pulling just a little bit under the eyes, and I think this would be terrible. I don't know how you would use it, with other hairstyles, but I think I could get away with the way I wear my hair. I mean, I could go out all night like this and no one would ever know. They just would think that I'm looking so much younger. I mean, I could do this for a high school reunion. Well, everyone might start thinking I had plastic surgery, right?
Do you hear that? Everyone might think I started having plastic surgery. She looked 10 years younger, but she's worried about the stigma of plastic surgery. Very interesting, very common what she's saying. But of course, we need to ditch that thought because she didn't have plastic surgery. She looks phenomenal. But now you see the psychology. Because she did something, she's worried people might know. And of course, you want people to know. That's the thing. You want people to know that you look better, you look refreshed. And it's okay. Even if they see the tape, I think that's okay. If they see, meaning they knew that you had surgery, I think that's okay now. It's 2025.
Definitely lifted the jowls, and I think it pulled here. I mean, there's a little bit right here at my cheeks, but you almost would need a second one. I mean, I guess you could like line your face with them and be pulling all over the place. Yeah, it might be interesting to try, see if you could get one to come up here, right? This would be good. I think there are some that have ones that I don't know how I don't know how you would put these bands, but yeah, that would be interesting too. That's another area that I lift and everything. But I think it works. It's fairly comfortable. I can see how it's not going to bother me the rest of the day.
So that's probably the easiest, most inexpensive non-surgical facelift. And to be frank, for many people, they might go out once a week, once a month. They're pretty happy with something like that. I have a whole video on face taping here, and down here, one on gua sha. I'll also link my free 12-chapter gua sha course to the more info section and to the top of the comment section. All those natural things to keep your skin and body beautiful, healthy, and vibrant.